Welcome back to the channel that specializes in hot developments, unexpected shocks and earth-shattering secrets from the young and the restless. Where we not only recount what's going on, but also dig deep, expose the conspiracies and hidden calculations behind the lights of Genoa City. And today, we bring you a story that shook the whole city, an unprecedented betrayal in Chancellor Winter's history. A revelation that made everyone look back, who was really protecting Neil's legacy, and who was quietly stabbing the family in the back. It all started not with an explosion, but with suspicious silence. Lily, the woman who had endured so much loss. The resilient daughter who stood firm after her father's death, the tragic ending of her love affairs, and even the betrayals in the business world, realized that something was wrong. She felt the atmosphere in the meetings change, felt the coldness in the way Devon avoided her gaze, felt Chancellor Winters, her former spiritual home, drifting into a vague, fractured space. At first, she thought it was just her being too sensitive, but Lily's instincts were never wrong. A series of accounting documents suddenly disappeared from the system. New contracts were not signed by her. And especially, a huge investment was transferred to a foreign investment fund whose name sounded eerily familiar, a secret branch of Tucker. Lily said nothing. She quietly launched an internal investigation. She hired the best experts, tracked every line of encrypted data, traced every penny transferred in the dark. And then, the truth appeared like a knife stabbing straight into her heart. Devon, the brother she had always loved and respected, was the traitor. He not only transferred assets and confidential data, but also joined hands with the family's longtime enemy, Tucker, to take over the entire Chancellor Winters. Step by step destroying everything Neil left behind, erasing their father's name from the foundation of the corporation. The sleepless nights dragged on as Lily sat alone in the dark office. In front of her were files full of evidence. Each line of documents was like a new cut. She could not believe that Devon, who had promised to protect Chancellor Winters with his life, could be Tucker's extended arm. But more painfully, she understood that if she did not act, everything would collapse. Not just a corporation, but the memory, the soul of her father, the existence of an entire family. An emergency meeting was held. No one in the leadership knew what would happen that day. Lily walked in, holding a set of top-secret documents she had been collecting for weeks. Without beating around the bush, without emotion, she announced it directly: Devon had betrayed the corporation. The undeniable evidence was flashed before everyone's eyes. The illegal transfers, the encrypted recordings of calls with Tucker, the secret stock purchase contracts, all with Devon's signature and fingerprints. The conference room fell silent. Devon stood up, his face pale. But not because of regret, but because of being exposed. He only uttered one sentence: "You dug your own family's grave." The incident exploded like a bomb, spreading throughout Genoa City at the speed of light. The financial world was stunned. The media rushed to report Devon's betrayal. Investors withdrew their funds en masse. Chancellor Winters' reputation was severely shaken. But the most devastating thing was the emotional aftermath: a broken family. A broken blood relationship. Tucker, not missing the opportunity, immediately attacked on all fronts. He publicly responded to the press, blaming Lily as the killer of the Winters family from within, and asserted that Devon was just the one who dared to change to save the corporation from the stagnation of the past. In the newspapers, the battle between the two brothers became the focus. People were divided into factions, one supporting Devon, thinking that he was the victim of an overly cruel brother, the other siding with Lily, calling her the only one with the courage to protect Neil's spiritual legacy. But it did not stop there. An internal crisis began to take place. Some longtime employees, who were once close to Devon, began to leak information. Some neutral shareholders were confused, demanding an extraordinary shareholders' meeting. And behind the scenes, Tucker quietly gathered the disgruntled, preparing for a new takeover with Devon as the central piece. Devon, after his historic fall, did not disappear as many thought. He secretly planned a counterattack. He did not just want to return to the seat of power, but wanted to completely erase Lily from Chancellor Winters. In his eyes now, she was no longer a sister, but an enemy that needed to be destroyed. Lily, in the midst of the vortex of hatred, still maintained her stance. But she was no longer the gentle woman she used to be. She began to be tough and cold. She re-established the entire leadership structure, cut down the departments suspected of having connections with Devon, and issued a series of policies to tighten financial security. But deep down, she knew that this was no longer a business battle, but a life-and-death battle within her own family. She had sleepless nights. She remembered her father. If Neil were still alive, would he accept this truth? Whose side would he take? Devon, the son he always trusted, or Lily, the girl who dared to stand up to protect him? And then, an unexpected turn happened. Jill, one of the major shareholders, secretly returned to Genoa City. She hasn't made any public announcements, but insiders are whispering that she's preparing to make a game-changing decision. Will Jill save Lily, or will she ally with Devon to regain power? While all eyes are on Chancellor Winters, a mysterious new figure emerges, the man behind a foreign investment fund that has ties to Tucker. The identity of this person has not been revealed, but according to multiple sources, he was Neil's rival in the past and is back to exact revenge on the Winters legacy. Genoa City has never been more chaotic. Chancellor Winters is on the brink of collapse. A family is broken, a corporation is in turmoil, and the future is uncertain. Who will win? Who will be pushed out of the game forever? We will continue to follow every development closely, and bring you the fastest, most shocking, and most complete information about the battle that is reshaping the entire power map of Genoa City. Don't take your eyes off the screen, because the next shocks will be even bigger.